You are the resistance.
I'm Christopher Titus, people. This is the Armageddon update. You know, today, I want you to know something. We are still waiting for the recovering Mitch McConnell to poke his head out. The rumor is, if he sees his shadow, we will have 2 more years of fascism.
There can be no political stability and no assured peace.
So, Mitch McConnell is MIA, and Lindsey Graham has gone to the rave in the sky. Lindsey Graham, the best friend of the last real Republican, John McCain. Lindsey Graham, a man who at one time said this about Joe Biden.
If you can't admire Joe Biden as a person, then it's probably you got a problem. You need to do some self-evaluation, because what's not to like? He is as good a man as God ever created.
Then he said this about Donald Trump.
Disgusted. He's a jackass, and he shouldn't be commander-in-chief.
He's unfit for office, that he would be a terrible commander-in-chief. He doesn't have the temperament or judgment.
What I think he's doing is being a demagogue. I think Donald Trump is a political car wreck. Donald Trump, he would be a terrible commander-in-chief. I don't think he has a clue about anything. You know how you make America great again? Tell Donald Trump to go to hell.
Then he said this about Donald Trump after one round of golf.
When it comes to President Trump, Mr. President, I'm going to be your strongest ally in the United States Senate.
What could Trump have possibly done or said on the 9th hole that made all of Lindsey's holes clench? That made Lindsey Graham, buddy of John McCain, who hated Trump, change his mind 180 degrees? Well, I think somebody has some secrets. In fact, my theory is Lindsey Graham was so pro-Trump, he died just to keep distracting from the Epstein files. Yeah, have you forgotten why we are all in this bullshit we're living day to day? Have you forgotten that the president and some of the world's richest men allegedly raped children? That there are literally millions and millions and millions of pages of evidence currently being hidden by the president and his cabal of just fuck-ups and failures. The evidence has been court-ordered to be released. Congress, people, passed a law to release the Epstein files. And the president and the DOJ said, nope. So for years at Epstein's Island, his New York house, and in New Mexico,
I love it.
They violated children. And now, so they don't get found out, they continue to violate the law. In fact, a judge ordered them to release the files again. And they said, nope. Then Trump killed the Iran ceasefire. Squirrel! In fact, let's go down the list of distractions and deflections used by sweet potato Hitler to take your mind off the alleged facts that the president is a rapist and a pedophile. Tariffs. What a great way to distract from the fact that your best friend is the world's worst pedo and you trafficked women using beauty pageants as cover. And then we throw the global economy into chaos with the tariffs. Check. Send in Doge to decimate and fire anyone who could whistleblow on your corruption and sexual assaults. Done! But pedophilia is a hard one to kill, people. So Trump then put his name on the Kennedy Center. Then put up a picture of him as Jesus Christ. I mean, Jesus Christ. He put ICE on the street in numbers not seen since Hitler doubled the Gestapo recruitment.
Zwar habe ich mich dabei auseinanderzusetzen, wie wir nicht gerne auf sämtliche deutschen Sender übertragen wollen.
Yeah, it's nothing like killing American citizens to distract them from a cabal of child rapists or arresting of reporters who are reporting that they won't release the Epstein files. He ruined the reflecting pool. He attacked Jimmy Kimmel. He ruined 60 Minutes at Disney because you know what they did? They talked about the worst pedophile in history and his best friend, our current president. He took a $400 million jet. He's killing education, cutting healthcare. And finally, when the Epstein files wouldn't go away, he started a war with a country that didn't attack us, then ended it, then started it, then ended it, then started it. But it wouldn't go away. And this week, he paid the woman he raped, E. Jean Carroll, $5.6 million. The president is a rapist, and we have the receipts and the wire transfer. And if he isn't a pedo, a man that for years hung out with and flew on the jet of the worst pedo in American history, a man who approved moving that same pedophile's convicted of sex trafficking assistant to a first-class comfy federal prison and gave her a puppy. So if he isn't a pedo and hasn't done horrific things against children, why not release the files? Because at least the one thing you can say about Lindsey Graham is he was never accused of raping or assaulting women or girls. Hello! I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. Holy shit, man. Wait, why do we just let this go? This is the worst dude in history. He literally has people testifying that I was assaulted by Donald Trump. He made me do stuff to him, and then he punched me in the face, and we're still like, yeah, that's the president. What the fuck world are we living in? Hi, everybody. Christopher Titus Podcast. We are in Yorkie hell right now as our new Yorkie toddler who thinks he knows and owns everything is ruining the beginning of the podcast. With me, as always, the lovely Rachel Bradley.
What's up, people?
Hi. Who's on so much allergy medication at this point that she's shaking. So her heart is racing, and she's seeing two of me.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll get through this.
Two of you is just double the fun.
If you guys notice that tone, that was sarcasm. Pay attention. We did the Armageddon update about Lindsey Graham dying and how all of this... I think Lindsey Graham killed himself to distract from the Epstein files. That's how much he loves Donald Trump. He's decided, well, I'm going to just take myself out so this man does not get held up for the pedophile he seems to be. So we got that going on. So we got Lindsey Graham. And people, do me a favor. Go back if you can and watch Jon Stewart on Monday, The Daily Show, because we do this half-ass Temu dollar store version. Go watch the best of the best ever to do it. Jon Stewart gave a speech last night regarding how old everybody is in Congress. And you and I have been talking about this for a couple of years now. Like, don't you have grandkids?
Yep.
What are you doing?
Why do you hate your husband that much?
You've got healthcare forever.
Uh-huh.
You've been insider trading for a decade. You got a pension. You get paid by the way, they don't get less. They get the same amount they got when they left for the rest of their lives. Right. So I guess power is such a high, such a heroin high that, like, Dianne Feinstein, and Strom Thurmond, they were pushing them fuckers around in their wheelchairs. Chuck Grassley almost face planted walking up three steps yesterday. Mitch McConnell has been dead for 2 years and he still keeps showing up. Remember, whatever they were using to reanimate him, it would run out and he would just stop at the mic and go,
yeah. That.
Blah, 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 blah.
That was the moment
that's
he
him
should
starting
have
up.
left.
That's someone pulling the cord on him.
That's when you can. That's when you can no longer represent.
Yeah, when you can't represent yourself to the bathroom, you cannot represent the people of the United States.
Exactly.
So we need. It's so funny. You said this perfectly. If we can make mandatory retirement at 65. If we can make people retire at 65, why can't we make Congress retire at 65? Guys, you can't stay beyond 65. I will say this. Here's the rule I'll say. If in the middle of your term you turn 65, you can ride that term out. But you're done then. You're done then. Here's what it would do. It would give people some time in their lives to actually either deal with the bullshit they caused while in Congress or live with the joy because they passed great legislation for the people. That would be great. But instead,
that's an option. They
fucking stay till they're so far in the grave. I'm not talking a foot in the grave. I'm talking your hip in the grave. You're basically just doing a sit-up in the grave. Why are you still in Congress?
I don't get it. Power, money. Look at what's going on with J.D. Vance this week. They found out
Jesus Christ, this is crazy.
That Secret Service have
I just heard this. I was just working
created a challenge coin.
Here's the thing. The one thing you can't stop is people finding a way to relieve the pressure of assholes.
Exactly.
So these guys, tell me what these guys did.
Well, it's just so, I guess it's been so heinous. Taking care of J.D. Vance and Usha Vance.
And his family.
Last minute trips, vacations, no pre-planning, using Secret Service on a whim, that they've already created a challenge coin. His call sign is Bobcat. And it's Bobcat OTR, off the record survivor. And they're only a year and a half in.
It's not even, it's 18
But-
months. They're 18 months in. And they're like, guys, we need to actually mint a coin to remind ourselves what an asshole this guy and his family
Yep.
are. So here's what J.D. Vance was actually using. He was using Marine helicopters to take his child to golf lessons.
Holy
Let me say
moly.
that again, people. The vice president of the United States was using military helicopters to send his child to golf lessons. Now, what does that cost an hour? You want to know? $16,500
Wow.
per hour to
Wow.
use a Marine chopper. Now,
And who's paying that?
it's not them. No,
Oh,
JD's
no?
not paying. No, it's
Oh,
the
he's-
American public, taxpayers.
Oh, it's
So
actually
all the
us.
money, all that money that you see leaving your check every week, that went to fly J.D. Vance's child to golf lessons.
Wow.
I don't remember a time when when a president acted more like the monarchy. Nixon a little bit, but I can't fathom a time when they just blatantly. Trump's made $1.2 million off of $1 billion off a meme coin.
Yep.
Someone said something I thought was pretty interesting. They said he knows he can't run for a third term. He knows even if he tries, it'll get shut down somewhere. So what he's doing is he's going full out. He's going to amass as much fortune as he can and then walk away.
Is he going to walk away?
I will say this, man. You know, all he would have to do, wouldn't he just have to go to a country that doesn't have an extradition treaty?
Didn't he just get rid of the election commission right before the midterms?
That's another thing.
That makes me think he's not walking away.
No. And Mitch McConnell, the AI picture of Mitch McConnell that has been repeatedly posted. So he had a major heart attack. They drove away. So they didn't even turn the sirens on when they left. And somehow he's sitting up with in bed with his wife, fully dressed.
Jowlless.
Jowlless.
No wrinkles, smooth as a baby's bottom.
So he had, not only did he get his heart fixed, he had eye blef,
upper and lower. Lower facelift.
Lower facelift.
IPL.
Sad thing is that even with the facelift, Mitch still looks like that.
Yes.
So Mitch McConnell is obviously dead, or he's on life support, which they have to keep him alive so they can have an election.
Until a certain date in
August 3rd.
Yeah.
They have to keep him alive till August 3rd because if they don't, the governor can appoint somebody.
Right.
So now they have to have a runoff if they keep Mitch McConnell. Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, but when is somebody going to come out and say, I'm at the hospital.
I know.
I'm taking one for the team. He died. Come on.
He's currently hooked up to a Tesla, just shocking his ass. We are in the darkest time in American history in my lifetime.
Yep.
We have to talk about, I broke in a new bit last night where I was talking about.
You did.
I did. I broke in a 250th anniversary, and which should have been a solemn occasion, right? Our 250th birthday of the greatest democracy to ever be on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we are anymore, but we were.
Mm-hmm.
Was a shit show. Now, I was around in 1776. Sorry. I was around in 1976. My family was here in 1776. I'm a Dracula.
Hydrate, people.
I'm a Dracula. Hydrate and moisturize. 1776, Christopher Titus. So my family's been here since 1653. However, I was around for the bicentennial, and it was amazing. It was a celebratory thing. I remember that night as a kid watching TV, and the Statue of Liberty had these amazing fireworks, and it was the greatest celebration of America. I remember being really, really proud. This year,
250 should have been an even bigger deal.
Should have been a big deal. I mean, a 250 years, However, it was planned by our drunk, abusive stepfather, who basically put up one ride, and then they had a bunch of booths. The joke I did last night was like, yeah, kids want to see? You guys want to see? There's all kinds of stuff to do. Go, every state has a booth. Go see the corn yield from last year from Iowa. Yeah, fun. It's fun.
Yeah, you hear fair and you think, woohoo, cotton candy.
Nope.
Rides.
Cotton candy was like $40. It was like everything was so expensive. Now, our illustrious producer Ken Highland just said, that there was another organization called America 250 that was supposed to do a huge fair. Instead, Trump denied their permits and he took it over. So that's why it was a shit show.
Wow.
And that thing he built, that like he's even like doing a fake ass monument to himself that they said was just stapled together with like white vinyl and shit. It was like the worst. He has the power of the U.S. government behind him. Couldn't you fucking do it right, bro?
Well, that's what I said. The saddest thing is that you're the president of the United States of America, and you can't even get Vanilli to join Millie. And Millie and Vanilli are not even Millie Vanilli. And
no, Millie's dead or Vanilli's dead. One of them's
I don't
dead.
know. But
couldn't get the other one.
The one that's living, Vanilli, Millie, whichever one.
Turned his ass down.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice
as you
got
said
rained
in
out.
Your new bit. He was going to perform.
I'm not saying Vanilla Ice isn't the peak of art, but obviously Right Said Fred was busy that weekend.
Although that would have been more fun to see Trump dance.
Sexy.
Oh, God.
Sexy in my shirt. I'm sexy in my pants.
JD Vance just went on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah, we have lost the narrative. So JD Vance goes on Rogan and he's talking about how he goes, I don't even recognize my life anymore. You know, he goes, I don't have to cook anymore at all. I mean, I have people that cook. I have a team. I have an army of people that cook for me. And he goes, and then I get on. He goes, I don't have to wait in. He goes, me or the kids don't have to wait in TSA. We get our own 757 to fly. And if I'm his press guy, I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yes.
You work for the people, asshole.
Could you be less in tune, less reading the room? But that was my point. He's saying the quiet part out loud about how compelling and addictive that power. And
he kind of said that at the end. He said that
the people catering to you, kissing your ass, access to everything in the world. I mean, that's what's going on with people in Congress and why they're dying there.
And do you know why? By the way, this is another symptom, another result of Citizens United. Here's why. Because in the past, it was when you couldn't donate billions of dollars to a campaign or hundreds of millions like Elon Musk did, you had to get donations from people, which means you had to work. Yes, there was a limit. You had to actually work for the people to get reelected.
Oh,
yeah.
For the people that you're supposed to represent?
Yes, that's how it used to work. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah. So basically...
Crazy talk.
No, that's how it worked. You and me, but we could only give like $2,100 at the most. So for them to make hundreds of millions of dollars like they do,
we couldn't have swayed
their we had to like them
legislation whatsoever by any dollar amount because we could only give up to 2,100.
Yes, even companies could. Even
this
companies
is crazy talk.
So then Scalia says Citizens United is okay and corporations are people. Now corporations are giving hundreds of millions of dollars.
Who helped push that through?
Oh, who helped push that through? Scalia, Donald Trump, and oh yeah, Mitch McConnell wanted it.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, it's great. I hope they build a dance floor on his grave. I really do, because it's going to be needed. Because you're not going to want to keep replanting. Might as well just build a dance floor.
I don't believe in dancing on people's graves.
Oh, I do. I do, especially if you've caused the deaths of and the poverty of millions. Yeah. If you've actually caused the destruction of democracy, if you were actually instrumental in making sure that this country turned to shit and the billionaires got more billions and the poor people got poorer, if you made sure that you broke the foundational rule of America, a country of immigrants, for immigrants, by immigrants, and you fucked all that up, I want a lighted dance floor on that guy's grave. I want to dance so hard. I'm going to dance worse than Trump. And I'm going to dance till I'm done.
I have
by
seen
myself.
You drop into the splits on a dance floor. He's there and then he's gone. And
then I'm back up. Where'd he go? There he is. Oh my God.
It's pretty incredible.
So we now have the worst human being ever on life support, best we can say, because this picture is obviously AI.
Do you mean Trump or McConnell? Because what the hell is going on with his hand and his
again?
cankles?
Is it again? Oh, still?
Oh yeah, NATO. They zoomed in on his hand, and it's it's also a terrible. You don't have a better makeup person.
Someone also pointed out that his voice is getting weird because congestive heart failure causes fluid in your lungs. So it's just a matter of time. However, they keep coming up with miracle drugs to keep his ass alive, and you know him. He'll whatever's experimental, let's do it. Because he doesn't give a shit. So Mitch McConnell is on life support, best we can tell. Lindsey Graham is dead, which again, this is the weirdest death ever.
It was really weird.
So where he was, Friday, he was in Kiev, right? Like going to a drone factory.
Yes.
Looked like he was full out in shape. Comes
Good
back,
color, happy, laughing.
calls back and died. Now I saw last night. I watched the Monday version of the Daily Show, and there was a report. Stewart said that Lindsey was calling and said, I'm tired. I don't feel good.
I don't feel great. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. My
Which
buddy,
is
my buddy Marshall. Yeah. Same
what
thing.
my uncle was saying that day as well. He died at 59.
What was he saying?
That he went and did a 6-mile run. And this is not my other uncle in New York who runs 6 miles every day. This is the one I talk about in my new show that died in the closet. And literally he died in his closet because his bathroom was in his closet. He went running, told his friends in the neighborhood. He said, I'm just not feeling well. I'm just trying to run this off. And then
That's a bad move.
Yeah, wet washcloths next to his bed. And I guess he got up to go to the bathroom and it happened. And he pitched forward, banged his head off of the bathtub edge and tipped straight forward into his white Berber carpet where that cut bled into the carpet and died
Which
naked
he would have hated.
doing a headstand, which is not how I would like to be found. I just want to put that out there.
If I can go out gymnastic style, I'll go
with the asshole in the air.
Well, not.
See?
Yeah. Okay. You made it. You made it sound worse.
And
you made
if you're going
cool.
to the bathroom at the time.
Oh.
Yeah. Just saying.
So the coroner was like, "Really? I'm already dealing with dead bodies. Really?"
Hunter Biden just got awarded $1.7 million in that defamation lawsuit against the Overstock CEO.
I love this.
It's very interesting.
Read a little bit about it.
Patrick Byrne in 2023 accused Hunter Biden of soliciting a bribe from the Iranian government. He did an interview and posted it all over social media. You never put it in writing.
No, and don't film it.
Or that.
Moron.
I've taught you this. You say it
Yes.
and then you deny it. But he says that Biden sought to secure an $800 million bribe from Iran's government in 2021 in exchange for having Joe unfreeze $8 billion in funds and favor Iran in nuclear discussions. The judge, a U.S. district judge, ruled that the guy had ample facts. It's not something that Republicans seem to care much about, but he had ample evidence and facts that it was not true.
Right. And still said it anyway. But don't you find that that's the Republicans' playbook now?
I do.
Like at least when Lindsey Graham reminded me of John McCain. John McCain, say what you will. You know, he was a conservative. You didn't agree with him maybe at the base level, but he's I think he was the last old school Republican that was like, no, we do the right thing. Like that. I'll never forget the day that lady was going, Obama is a Muslim. And he grabs, no, ma'am, he's not. He's a good Christian. Give me the mic. Yeah. No,
he's
you're wrong. I know the man. I don't agree with him on policy, but he's a good man. And we are you even at that point, I was like, holy shit, who is this?
Well, Lindsey Graham and he were best friends.
Right.
And they were known kind of as frickin' frack in the Senate. And they ruled similarly. They hung out together all the time. There's a clip of Lindsey Graham in the backseat of a car talking about what a good man Joe Biden is.
Yep.
And Lindsey Graham was that. John McCain dies. And Lindsey Graham is still in that camp going on huge interviews and saying Trump is the devil. If we elect him as president, what did he say? He's going to
he's going to destroy the country and we'll deserve it. It's in the Armageddon update.
Then he goes and plays golf. And
one time.
And it's never been the same since.
You have to so what happened on that golf thing? Because Lindsey Graham went from fuck this guy to this is my dude. What? Like, how do you go from that in one golf trip?
I would say blackmail.
or money, or just flat out money?
I don't know. He had some blackmailable components to his life.
Well, I got to be blackmail.
Is that
Can't be
a
white
word?
mail.
Blackmailable.
I think it was cracker mail. We just call it cracker. You got
We
cracker mail.
had talked to someone that was very heavily connected in the conservative and Republican Party at one time.
Yes.
Before defecting. And that person told us,
allegedly that Lindsey Graham at the had
started dating
a 16 or 18-year-old boy.
He was 15.
15. Oh, wow.
At the time that he started dating this boyfriend.
This is all alleged. This is all hearsay from someone else.
Alleged.
It's alleged
Hearsay.
And we shouldn't even be talking about it.
We weren't allegedly told this. We were definitely told this.
100%. I was standing there.
This person who was well connected said that it was widely known that he liked boys and he liked them younger. And so I've always wondered if that was true and if that was what changed him so drastically in one day.
Well, again, we're just speculating, but if that was true, the irony of Trump using that against Lindsey Graham is really, really funny.
Well, isn't that what this whole Epstein thing is?
Yeah, that's all it is. And can I point out that the Epstein thing, that because that was the whole point of this Armageddon update, was that the Epstein thing continues to roll. We actually had one of this. We had what's it Kennedy say? Do you know anybody on that list? Talking to Todd Blanche yesterday. Do you know anybody who else is on the Epstein list? And he goes, "There's nobody of any. There's nobody on the Epstein list." Okay, and my thought was, okay, if there's no one on the Epstein list and no one has committed any crimes, why are you withholding 3 million pieces of evidence? Explain that to me. If everything's cool and the president did nothing, why not release the files?
Well, J.D. Vance tried to, on Rogan, say, he basically went on to deceive us even further about the Epstein scandal. He said, people say the president was forced into releasing the documents. Like, again, the idea that Donald Trump could not have just killed that legislation, especially in the United States Senate, is just a joke, which is actually false.
That's actually not how the system was built.
And Joe Rogan did not call him on this. In reality, a former friend of Epstein's desperately tried and ultimately failed to kill that legislation that forced the DOJ to release the files.
So I want to point something out. How is J.D. Vance? I get that Joe Rogan doesn't know how the system works. But how does the fucking vice president not know that once the legislation passes, because they just passed the Housing Act without the president's signature? He
needs to sign it.
No, it's still a law.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, who came out and said that Trump scolded her. He was furious at her for pushing for that release. And he told her, the direct quote was, "My friends will get hurt," was the direct quote. Also, Nancy Mace, I believe,
walked out crying after seeing the evidence.
But she was called directly
to the Situation Room.
Yes,
like to a place where no one
stopped voting to pass this legislation. So Trump was forced. He actually was. J.D. Vance lied. He actually was forced
to release it.
They tried not to. He tried to talk people out of it. And
how's
lost.
The releasing going? Because as of June,
they're calling it mishandled. Vance said on Joe Rogan he definitely threw Trump under the bus because he definitely is going to try to run in 2028. But he said the administration did mishandle the release, especially the communications of it.
Didn't a judge like June 16th just reaffirm that you have to release the rest of it? You have to unredact it and release it. And they said
doesn't that act cover that anyway?
Right. So they went to court because they were trying to say, well, we don't have to release it. And the judge said, no, the law states you have to release it. And the DOJ said, they use the rare "fuck off, we're not doing it" clause.
I think it was more. They also, in the records that they did released the survivors' names. They did not redact the victims, which is protocol across the board in any court document release. Underage.
You protect the victims.
Yes.
Yes.
Left their names unredacted. conversely redacted the names of multiple powerful and wealthy men.
So the people that were doing the raping got their names blacked out.
That would be right.
But the people that got raped had their names revealed.
That's correct.
So we did something a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it was last week or the week before, where I kind of went off about how we, on the Democratic side, you guys, I keep hearing both sides, which, by the way, both sides is such a coward's argument, because what basically, you just don't have the balls to go, fuck, I was wrong to vote for the guy who's fucking up everything from gas prices to inflation, who wants to do his daughter. That you don't have the courage or character to just go, I fucked up.
I just sounded like one of the Three Stooges.
Yeah. See? Yeah. So not only are you a coward, but you're also stupid. And here's the thing. The more you continue to back this guy, the more cowardly and stupid you stay. So by continuing to deny that this guy's a fuck up and a failure, you continue to be a fuck up and a failure. However, when it comes down to what this guy's done, and that thing I did was saying that the Democrats, we get rid of our guys. Menendez is serving, he had some gold bars and less than $1 million in cash. Guess how much time he's 11 years.
And we support that.
Yeah, good. Give his ass in jail forever. And if anybody,
he endangered our country.
Any Democrat touched a kid, get the fucking jail forever.
Yeah, that clip that Ken put out on both of our Instagram accounts, Ray Bradley, Titus Nation, has my notifications are blowing up.
Has exploded.
I don't read them because that's just like too stressful.
Well, here,
but what I do see when I get notifications on my home screen is you guys fighting with each other, which I kind of love. When the MAGA people come on there and say some dumb shit, you guys are like, oh, but no, baby.
But can I give you their argument? Okay, so we posted out a very thoughtful piece, the argument of the MAGAs. Okay. So we have a thoughtful piece about how the Democrats get rid of our scumbags and you guys elect yours. Yep. That's how that works.
Clinton, I heard Clinton. You voted for Hillary and you already had Bill.
But what does that mean? But Bill actually had the highest growth of any president, and he had a blowjob in the Oval Office.
If you think about it on a scale of corruption, how far we have fallen.
Yes.
Clinton's massive
the whole big thing
scandal was
Hummer in the Oval.
And a zippity doodah with a cigar.
There you go.
Under the Resolute desk.
You and I should write like erotic Dr. Seuss books. Hummer in the Oval.
I would totally do that.
So
yes. Yes, we did vote for Hillary after, because Hillary was running against Donald Trump, who had already proven himself to be a completely asinine, uninformed, uneducated, unskilled, illiterate, evil, maniacal piece of shit.
Yeah, there you go.
He had already imitated a disabled reporter, right? Literally made fun of him by acting out the body motions. There's a picture
of them side to side where he's actually making fun of the guy's disability.
Oof, man.
Did you forget that shithole countries? We can go down the list if you want.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It's every day. There's something new. And now we're watching him. They were so upset about Hunter Biden, who wasn't even in office.
Nope.
And now getting paid to be on a board that he was on. But okay, sure. Hunter Biden's a piece of shit. I'm a Democrat now. I can say that. You can't.
Hunter Biden actually came out and said, at that time in my life with the crack, I was a piece of shit. That's the difference. And he's gone through rehab, and you should see.
That was my whole point. Yeah. Was that, now we've got a guy who just made $1.4 billion off of his own crypto bullshit.
People lost six.
In office as president. We have an emoluments clause. Where are all of my constitutional, 2A screamers during all of your gun arguments with people?
Who are actually pissed about Obama wearing a tan suit?
Constitution. Yeah. Okay. What about the Constitution? What about number one?
Yeah. The reporters that are getting arrested. Don Lemon got arrested.
Don Lemon was arrested for covering that protest at that church. 8 reporters at that time were arrested. Now we've had more reporters subpoenaed, not at their offices, at their homes.
And why? What horrible thing did they report on that would possibly make it illegal? That would literally that literally violated their First Amendment right, that they actually overstepped their first. What possibly could they have reported on?
They reported on the Qatari jet that he accepted as a gift and charged us $450 million to retrofit, but did it like he does everything, didn't do it well or thoroughly, and it was not safe enough for him to fly home from NATO with all of the death threats. So in Turkey, they put his ass back on the old Air Force One. And because he never wants to be publicly humiliated or have it pointed out that he can't do something right,
He should give that up now.
he is now, they have gone to their homes where their children and their families are, law enforcement officials beating on their doors, subpoenaing them.
So all they did was say that the president didn't take the fancy emoluments clause violation plane. He took the old original Air Force One
To come home.
for safety reasons.
Correct.
Because the Air Force One actually has these laser defense systems that if a missile is shot at it, they can shoot the missile down.
And it can fuel midair, which if there's a nuclear blast,
He can keep flying.
Yeah.
So what exactly is the violation that they obey?
He, I believe, says they leaked confidential classified information.
So his game is this: if he scares everybody in media that his game is this. It's because he's going to lose all these cases, and he continues to lose cases left and right. People forget. And I don't want to talk about the election because he's going to do a speech tonight. We're taping this on Thursday before the speech because we have to get it out by Friday. So we're not going to. So next week we'll talk about the speech.
You know it's going to be a shit show.
You know it's going to be a shit show. But he's given a speech tonight regarding the elections, the 2020 election. And the one thing I want to say, let's wrap the plane thing up. All the reporters did was say he flew on another plane.
And Jay Clayton, the nation's now top intel officer, has absolutely refused to answer the question to Congress as to whether or not Trump ordered those subpoenas of the New York Times reporters.
Todd Blanche yesterday too, man. Keep screaming sanity, people, because these people are. It's amazing. Todd Blanche couldn't even say that Joe Biden was the president in 2021.
Oh my God,
I've never seen so
they
many.
always do that.
But why though? What's the point?
He will not say he was elected. They always say Joe Biden was the
certified.
Yeah,
he was certified.
Yeah.
All right, so let's break it.
Can I just say one more thing about the Epstein, because we left the Epstein thing, and I don't ever want to leave the Epstein thing.
No, the Epstein thing is very important.
Victims get some modicum of justice,
and these motherfuckers are locked
will be
up.
A pittance compared to what they deserve, and especially after what these women have had to endure and go through, the death threats, the public humiliation, the social media attacks, the swatting of their homes, all because they were raped as children and they decided to be brave and stand up and say that happened. I think you probably covered it in the Armageddon update, because I know we talked about this before, but when Todd Blanche, he has not met with those survivors. And yesterday on the Hill, he refused to agree to meet with the survivors until today, when I believe he was told, John Cornyn and other people that have been forced out after this term by Trump, primarying them, said, not sure if I'm going to vote to confirm him. So suddenly Todd Blanche is going to meet with the survivors. But
Todd Blanche is also the same guy that went to visit Ghislaine.
That's where I was headed.
Good.
However, he did see fit to go meet with the rapist and the co-trafficker of children, Ghislaine Maxwell, in 2025.
Basically, the pedophiles. What's Dracula's sidekick's name? Renfield. Yeah, no, she's basically the pedophile's Renfield.
Arthur.
No.
Alfred.
No, that's Batman's assistant, not Dracula's. Kind of the same.
The pedo Alfred. Except she did some of the raping, so she is not an assistant. She is a pedophile,
right,
and was convicted as such. There is a line in that interview that has been overlooked. I heard it on Nicole Wallace this week. I told you, and you were like, what the fuck? What? Why are we not talking about this?
If we have it, we'll put it up right here. Say what it is.
If she says to Todd Blanche on the record, if you met Epstein, there is no way that this cast of characters, of which it's extraordinary, some of you in your own cabinet who you value as your coworkers,
Those are on the Epstein list.
Yes.
So
the list we don't have.
and can we go over what he does? And this leads directly to the speech. It'll end up just follow me in on this weird path. Everything that Trump has done, he accuses everybody else of doing. Remember when his first term, all of a sudden it came out that Hillary was a pedophile. And remember, there was a Pizzagate. There was a pizza place where they were trafficking pedophiles. Would you think that Clinton's a little more connection than the local pizza parlor in a town? The basement of a pizza parlor where customers show up all the time.
You know what? I don't think we're going to buy a piece of real estate that we could keep hidden, maybe put it in another company name, offshore accounts, like we do with everything else. I think we're going to actually just rent out
a pizza parlor basement
of a pizza parlor.
Guys, we got pedophilia to do. Could you move the ping pong tables, please?
So that we have to bring all of the children through the pizza parlor to go down the stairs.
By the way, here's the genius of it.
Okay.
Kids love pizza. So no one's going to even question it. Kids just love pizza. So the guy hears about this crazy guy, the MAGA guy hears it, shows up with a gun to the pizza parlor and to go to the basement where the pedophiles are, and there's no basement. So, so here's the thing. So that was the big story on the right, that Democrats were baby blood drinking pedophiles.
Yeah,
Do you remember how big this was?
Yeah, I remember even like Gwen Stefani posting photos because she looks amazing. And also there's like every street corner in LA has a dermatologist that will do some procedure.
Right.
And I just remember seeing the comments.
Yeah, people
QAnon people, baby blood drinker.
QAnon, remember that?
Adrenochrome.
So now why? And I think it was found out that Steve Bannon was connected to this directly.
Correct.
So why would you tell everybody that your opponents were pedophiles? And turns out that Epstein, Trump, and everybody else, including what's the fucking guy who went to the island with his kids after saying he left Epstein's house?
Howard
Lutnick. So that Bill Gates,
Stephen Hawking. Although we give him a pass because I believe he was with underage girls.
Nobody was helping Stephen Hawking. So I don't even want to give him a pass. Still bad, but
no. Just like that, he had some of age female attention.
God bless. So, he also had like 9 kids. I think he was a horn dog. He had a bunch of kids.
He did?
Yeah, look up Stephen Hawking's kids.
So he was getting...
Horn dog, yeah. He was married. Remember that movie with him? Yeah, he had kids.
Well, were they underage? Any of the girls he was with? Because I read that.
Show me the veggie now.
Oh my God, he said vaggie again. Week 2, vaggie. The Vaggie Chronicles.
If they can call it Vaggie-sil, I can say Vaggie.
Vaggie. He doesn't even say that at home. That's interesting. Okay.
I'm a different person here. So we've got all these guys. So what you just say, he does it all the time. He does it all the time. Joe Biden there's going to be a war with Iran. Yep. He starts a war with Iran. Obama's deal sucks. His deal sucks. Like everything he does, he accuses everybody else of doing. So here's what's going to happen tonight, people. The story is, what we're getting reported is that he's going to go on TV tonight and make a speech. The speech is supposedly going to cover a couple of things. Number one, it's going to cover that the 2020 election was rigged and he won it anyway.
It's 2026.
2026, yeah. He's also had 65 court cases that he lost. They said, you know why he lost them? Guess why he lost them.
Because they were bullshit.
Zero evidence. Yes, exactly. or yes.
And because Rudy farted on a hot mic during one of them.
I love his lawyer. Is awesome. Jenna Ellis is like, Your Honor, I got So farts are funny in any hellscape. Look, even during fascism, farts are funny.
Just so you know, by the way, in preparation for this thing that you're talking about, he hosted today about 24 Trump-aligned activists to plan for this primetime address about the 2020 election. The session was convened by conservative lawyer Cleta Mitchell and attended by multiple figures who have spent years on social media and interviews promoting the conspiracy theories about the 2020 election being stolen from
But that's all they are is conspiracy theories. So he's going to say, we had cyber ninjas who actually spent 3 months. Do you remember the video of looking them in that arena counting vote after vote? They counted every vote in Arizona. And guess what they found? 400 more votes for Biden. Here's what I think is happening. We had Nathan on from Election Truth Alliance. Nathan from Election Truth Alliance is a statistician and a data analyst that was in the military. He's gone through all the voting data, and it's pretty obvious that something went weird. That something's wrong. I mean, at 500 votes per precinct, the votes start shooting up. And then in 2024, at 250, the things start shooting up for Trump.
Well, you've also had like very small towns where it was a literal handful of people in that voting district. And there were people, and there were 0 votes for Kamala.
Yeah, that's
and
in
there
Rockland.
were people that came out and said, I
voted for Kamala. Yeah, numerous people.
And there was a lot of Gillibrand, yes, Donald Trump. Nobody's.
There were ballots in the swing states that had the entire down ballot was Democrat,
Yes.
but for some reason
Yes.
they voted for Donald Trump as a Republican. So this went on in the 7 swing states. And now again, Nathan broke it down for us. To win the way he won, to flip 88 districts, to win every swing state within the margin of recount, like they couldn't recount it because it was that close, is a 1 in 2 trillion probability. To win the lottery, it's 1 in 380 million. It's 2 trillion for him to win that way.
A dream that you will not let die.
So here's what's happening. What's happened is, and I've been seeing it on social media, is people are starting to look into this data, and people have actually filed for the data in certain precincts and been denied. Do you remember that one case that got filed in, I think it was Rockland, New York, and they were going through it and the judge dismissed it. He stopped the case because they were getting into the data. There was a de minimis update given to all the ES&S machines and all the voting machines in the swing states right before the election. And this is what Nathan told us. Elon Musk called the election 4 hours before the voting started.
And went home.
Said,
I already know how this ends.
So they knew how it ended. So that we are not using every piece of the government to investigate this. Well, here's why we can't. At the beginning of the election, after Joe Biden, after Kamala lost, the CIA had a report that said there's no way that she could have done this. There's no way this could have happened like this. Trump came in and fired hundreds of CIA, NSA, and clandestine, the spies,
FBI, DOJ employees. I think 16,000 total are gone now.
So here's what I think is happening. This is why they went. This is why he sent Tulsi Gabbard to Georgia, because Georgia is one of the states that he's where he asked for 11,780.
To Georgia.
Yeah, the devil went down to Georgia, asked for more votes.
He was looking for a vote to steal.
He was in Mike's. He's way behind, and he's willing to make a deal. And he came across.
I knew he couldn't help it. Speaking of going home, this episode brought to you by Helix mattresses.
Oh, we have to get another one for the cabin. We need another king.
That's a good idea.
We need a cabin because we moved the bed. We changed the bed upstairs. We have to. By the way, Helix mattresses, people, we have them in our home. Highlander has one. I will tell you this right now. Every time we have, like, my daughter, she switched rooms.
Kenny has switched rooms.
I forgot she switched
because we had a mattress that I got at a furniture store in the middle bedroom. That it's comfortable. That's where she slept one night. I forget why she had to sleep in the other room because someone was in that middle bedroom.
One of your friends,
Jen probably or something. And she got up the next morning and said, "You guys know how Kenny talks? OMG. Like, literally the best sleep I've ever had."
So now
it definitely helps
when
with
my daughter spends the night, that's her room.
Yeah, she's moved
because of that mattress.
Yep.
Specifically because of
So
that
you
mattress.
go
Because there's no
online-
TV in that room. She sleeps there because the sleep is better.
Oh, you're right. That is weird. She
Yeah.
just watches her phone. We don't have a TV in there, and she's 24. She chose Helix over a TV. You go online to their website. You do a sleep quiz. It's really quick. You just give them details of how you sleep, who you sleep with. It's not. You don't have to
You don't have
name
to tell
names.
Helix who you sleep with.
You don't name names, but and then it generates what the best mattress is for you. So that's one thing I like. Like in the old days when we first started out, we represented this mattress company, and it was the mattress, a mattress. Helix is not that. It has all different styles and types of mattresses that are specifically engineered for different
for
Sleepers,
you and
yeah.
how you sleep. You just fill out the questionnaire. Guys, they're going to send you the mattress that's going to make you sleep the best. Or if the sleep you're not getting, it'll change your sleep because you're going to design
Yep.
it for you.
You're also going to have no motion transfer, which is awesome. So he gets up, gets down, I get up, get down. The bed doesn't move. You don't know unless you hear it. I'm like, oh, did he get up? Because
Rachel gets up and goes, I'm getting up. And I'm like, what? Hello?
Because I want him to.
If I'm awake, you're awake.
Exactly. Suffer along with me, tiger. So definitely my sleep is improved. You guys could actually wear your Oura Ring or your Apple Watch and see the difference that this mattress makes. They give you free shipping, easy delivery, 120-night sleep trial, and a limited lifetime warranty. So it's happy with Helix Guarantee. You get 120 nights to try it out. Easy to return and exchange if you need to. You're not going to need to. It's a risk-free, customer-first experience. If you're not satisfied, you can send it back. It's also award-winning. So Forbes and Wired have already started giving them the top awards for mattresses. Right now, go to helixsleep.com/Titus. That's helixsleep.com/Titus, and you will get 27% off site-wide, which I think is one of the biggest deals that they do. This, I think for sure the highest I've seen. 27% off site-wide. They also sell toppers that you can add to.
We added one.
We added one to another bed.
It's not. It's not. We have another mattress in another room that actually has a strap thing on the top, and it's annoying. This one zipped into a pocket. It's perfect.
And it's a Helix, topper.
Yeah.
So helixsleep.com/Titus, 27% off site-wide.
Yep. Can confirm it's great. We have to talk about how this guy fucks up every single time. And Obama said something in last month or two. He said, I live rent-free in his head. I have a suite, which is very funny. So Obama and the Obama administration had put 12 million or something, or 24 million into the reflecting pool to make it right, because it was leaking all the time. They had to keep refilling it all the time. So they actually put 24 million to stop that and help it. Now, if you remember correctly, we had zero problems with the reflecting pool. We never had pictures of the reflecting pool with algae in it. We never had pictures of the reflecting pool.
I think it did have algae, but they had a thing that handled it.
Right. But it never made the news.
No.
So then douchebag comes in and he actually he hires his pool guy. I can't even, look, I love our pool guys, but I can't imagine going, hey, by the way, this is a national monument. Can you guys in your little truck, can you guys handle this 2,000 foot long wading pool? So in the middle of the rehab, Trump and his crew drive the beast and numerous armored vehicles on this thing. Thousands and thousands of pounds, just tons of vehicle going across it, which the paint hadn't cured yet. The coating they put on hadn't cured yet. So when they drained it, you can see where the cars went. You can actually see the tracks on it. So you can also see that there's absolutely no cuts in it. There's no blade cuts in it. There's no slices in it.
Oh, wait, I thought they said.
He lied again. He's just a fuck up, man. It's crazy. So Trump ruined it by driving on it, which I remember seeing it when it happened. I was thinking, my father would have gone, the fuck are you guys doing? We just painted that. The fuck are you doing? My dad would have hit me in the back of the head so hard. And that's why I wish Trump's dad was still alive, so he could pop him in the back of the head like he did. That's how Trump did it the way he is. I don't gather
that he ever got popped in the back of the head.
Yes, he did.
He certainly doesn't act like someone that had any sort of discipline.
His dad was evil to him. His dad told him. His dad taught him to be this. That's what his cousin said. Mary Trump says.
Whereas you tried to go the other way.
Yeah, I didn't. My dad would hit me and say, "Don't act like this." I'm confused.
I'm going to sleep with the 372nd woman this year alone. Don't do that either.
Don't do that. Don't do it. And then we got ICE murdering people again in the streets.
Yep.
We got
multiple.
They rammed a guy. Guy who wasn't even trying to get away. Rammed him and then shot him. Guy had a passport and a social security card. He was here. He was here legally. He was working.
It's really heartbreaking.
And had been here for years.
And his family found out about it because they heard his voice on the news crying for help.
So when you maggots out there, say all you Democrats do is call us Nazis. I don't want to give you a history lesson on what happened in Nazi Germany, but Hitler actually hired all the guys that helped him attack the Capitol during the Beer Hall Putsch and made them Gestapo. Trump has taken all the people from January 6th and given a lot of them, including Enrique Tarrio, jobs in ICE, which is why they have to be masked. They're covering their faces because we can just go to the video of them on January 6th and go, that's Mark. Holy shit. Mark was beating up cops and now he's in ICE. I watched the ICE. First of all, the ICE is the Gestapo. And Trump's going to announce, I believe, in a speech tonight that they will be at polling places, making sure they check your vote. He wants to give ICE another, many billions? Another $170 billion?
Which even some Republicans are like, whoa.
ICE is already the highest funded paramilitary organization. I'm more than the Marines, more than the Army.
Yep.
ICE. Which means ICE is going to be in the street. And I watched them take a guy down. It took 3 of them. Guy wasn't a big guy, just fighting a little bit. They couldn't get him down. 3 of them.
Yeah.
Which means all you do is wrist lock somebody and you get to that reset button and they go down. So ICE is poorly trained.
That is correct.
They're obviously shitty people.
I've said this in the past. I have personal direct knowledge of the training that previously was required for someone to work in DHS
and
or ICE,
Border
Patrol, HSI, all of those organizations that do fall under DHS.
And the person we know is insanely trained.
Highly trained.
Yes.
And that person had to go to FLETC, Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. It's outside of Savannah, Georgia. It is an entire federal training center. Ultimately was there for 6 months.
Right.
Left his family, less lethal force training, shooting, exercising,
how to restrain
sitting
people
in classrooms all day, literally learning the laws, getting tested on the laws,
high-speed driving,
procedure,
high-speed
driving,
boat interdiction. He's got
having he did boat interdiction somewhere else, but having
but that's what I'm saying. He went to training after training after
yeah. And having scenarios where you're thrown into at this law enforcement training center like this, teaching you how to respond. Even Mahogany, my best friend who's a federal probation supervisor, said that they are taught in federal law enforcement degrees of escalation. And she said these people are literally they're violating the conduct code and going from 0 to
100.
Kill.
Yeah. 0 to murder. Let's call it murder.
Yeah.
Jonathan Ross, the guy who shot, I've watched that tape repeatedly. We can go back to Renee Good again. I've watched it. She was on the side. He shot her in the side of the head.
Yeah.
He was standing next to her car. Mm-hmm. She was not a threat. The last thing she said to him was like, I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
And then drove away. And he shot her while she was driving away.
Yeah.
Same thing with this guy. Alex Preddy was shot in the back 10 times while 3 men were restraining him.
And one man had taken his gun and
was walking away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you guys get mad that we're calling you guys Nazis, well, let's go over the comparisons a little bit. So the president is having reporters arrested and given subpoenas, killing the First Amendment, which is what Hitler did. Hitler basically wanted to stop the free press. He called that the Lügenpresse.
Heavily interfering with mergers and ownership of press.
Right. Basically, he's suing the press. He tried to get rid of Jimmy Kimmel. He got rid of Stephen Colbert.
Oh, and he sued the Wall Street Journal.
Repeatedly. Sued the BBC, which is another country. Shot there. So that's Nazism. He's actually basically shutting down our free press.
And he's creating state media.
And creating state media with Fox.
Which is what Orban did.
Right. So that's entirely Nazi. Then we got ICE, which is our version of the Gestapo, which is a Nazi playbook.
We've got January 6ers,
Proud
Boys,
who were
organized militias who were present on January 6th, who did his bidding. Then
were convicted.
either pled guilty or were convicted through our judicial process, and he pardoned them, and then is still, it ain't over with this slush fund. It's trying to financially compensate
They
them.
were convicted of seditious conspiracy, which in the old days was a hanging offense. Dead. So you're convicted of
sedition. And now
sedition.
he's trying to pay them.
So not only is he trying to pay them, Todd Blanche is trying to get their records expunged. So it's never been on there. So that's what Hitler did. And that's why those guys became the Gestapo. When we go to building a bunker, Hitler built a bunker and then he built a ballroom on top of it. We can keep going down the Nazi list, but you all are going to have to face that you are literally living a Nazi playbook.
Check.
Check. So when you guys keep talking about it and you keep telling me that, yo, man, and I keep asking them this, and this is what I want to get back to about the shit we said last week that got put on and blew up. Their response is not, here are the 10 things he did great. Here are the prices he brought down. Here's the peace, because he got the FIFA Peace Prize. Here's the peace he's created.
Oh, and the Ukraine war he stopped before he even got in office.
They go, you ain't funny. Man, you used to be funny. You ain't funny. You were never funny. Like, yeah, what about Bill Clinton? Guys, if you can't fucking argue the point, shut the fuck up.
And he told you no more wars.
No more wars.
We're at war.
I won't be starting wars. I'll be stopping wars.
U.S. launched a 6th night of strikes in Iran on Thursday.
God,
today.
We're so fucked.
Caroline Leavitt said President Trump was, quote, not going to sit by and allow these acts of terrorism to take place in the Strait without ensuring Iran pays consequences.
Also want to point out this week, Taco did it again. Comes out and he goes, we're going to be the, what did he call it? The protectors of the Strait, the guardians, we're the guardian angels of the Strait. Because he was in New York during the guardian angels. He's got his brain must be just doors flipping open and just just shit flitting. The shit he said about Lindsey Graham, again, please go watch someone who does this great. Go watch Jon Stewart. Holy shit. This last Monday was phenomenal. And the speech he gave on having the oldest people in the world to run our country was brilliant. So we've now, he goes, we're going to be the guardian angels of the Strait, and we're going to charge the country's 20% of whatever the cargo is. And the next day he's like, yeah, we're not doing that. Because basically he would be running gas prices up again.
Well, Iran's military has said today that it will target all infrastructure in the region if Trump follows through on his threats to attack Iranian civilian infrastructure.
He's already doing it.
They're also targeting U.S. allies in the Persian Gulf to retaliate for our strikes against them.
The United States blew up a children's hospital yesterday.
State media claims attacks targeting U.S. military facilities in Jordan, Kuwait, and Bahrain today. So it doesn't sound like it's over. I'm just saying.
It's not over. It is over. Well, it's not. And now it is.
Well,
and now
he keeps doing that,
and
so he doesn't, in his mind, have to go get approval from Congress.
No, it's not. So ICE is still killing people in the street. And here's the weird part. And Steve, I have to admit this, Steve Bannon was right. Flood the zone. People can't react.
Man, does it work.
You get frozen. There's something coming. There's going to be a day where we have to stand the fuck up. And it's going to be ugly. And I think we're all just waiting for a leader. And I thought it was going to be Major Jason Watson, who actually stood up and was like, impeach, convict, remove. We got to get rid of this guy. We have to get rid of him.
We also apparently have to get rid of his teleprompter operator.
What happened now?
His longtime teleprompter operator, I believe since 2016, so they have a storied history over the last 10 years, is now alleged to have made tens of thousands of dollars by placing bets on more than a dozen of Trump's speeches on the prediction market Kalshi. Federal investigators with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission have found evidence that this happened. He's a tech assistant to the president. He's been doing that teleprompter for 10 years. He's now in talk with federal regulators to settle allegations. He used his inside knowledge of the speeches to win more than $100,000.
So he had inside information on what was in the speeches. Then he went to the prediction markets and said,
Not saying I run his teleprompter.
Wow.
And bet on the speeches.
You know, in the old days, in every mob movie I've ever seen, that guy disappears. That guy, what happened? He drowned with a lot of weights in his pockets.
Well, he's on unpaid leave, so.
Oh, that's not good.
We'll see if he
that
comes
is
back.
Not good.
Apparently, Trump called him a disgrace.
Give him a life jacket. I would say give him a life jacket and make sure you put
magnets on his feet.
But also,
so that chains
put an
attach.
put an air tag on him too.
That's a good idea.
Put an air tag on him.
A waterproof one.
So a waterproof air tag into his underwear, because that guy, you're going to need to find that guy, and he's not going to be.
Keep him away from bricks and concrete
and windows,
and
high windows.
Do not. That's a new favorite.
This guy needs to lock himself in a box.
Yeah,
and just
I think you're
stay
right.
there,
I
because the people that run those, they're not really good people that run those prediction markets. And you are using inside information to steal from them. I got good luck to you. Good luck, buddy. I didn't touch you. See, I almost did. What else is going on? Teleprompter offer. That's good. Oh my God.
You heard about that, right?
I did hear about it. It's actually on my.
So where we are now, before we leave today, is Blanche is on the Hill for the second day. He is meeting with Epstein survivors today. But isn't that nice of him?
But he had to get shamed into it. Dude, now, in the old days, it would have already happened. You know, Obama's administration would have already met with him. Obama would have had a meeting going, I met with all these people. These guys are all going to jail. That's what would have happened under the Obama administration. Do you know how many people got indicted under Obama? Fucking zero.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people been indicted under Trump? 161.
And then pardoned. So didn't matter, did it?
No.
Fled the zone.
No.
So also, lastly, I'll just tell you guys that House Democrats, because we're always like, what are they doing? And I hope that they're not in there writing strongly worded letters or jingles like Hakeem does. They met in secret to game plan behind closed doors. They won't say where it happened or when it happened or who was there to reporters, but they're running through hypothetical scenarios in which Trump interferes with the November elections and are planning ahead how to respond to that.
I heard they've actually come up with 100 different scenarios of what can happen, and they're planning their reaction to all of it. But can I say this? Mm-hmm. Here's how inept the Democrats are. And I'm going to say it again. If every day at 5:00 Eastern Standard Time, you got on and had a press conference about what fuck up, what failure, what corrupt crime this man created today and his administration. And if you did that every day at 5:00, it would become a thing. We'd watch it every day.
Right. And
it would put the Republicans back on their heels as opposed to them being aggressive.
Also counter program.
Right.
They're not. Every time he announces one of these crazy batshit things, announce something even cooler and have Springsteen drop in or have Obama make an appearance. Who would? Everybody who's laying their lives and their careers out there to try and save this country and counter program Trump, talk about him stealing the November election and what you think he might be trying to do. Remind people what he did this week. He fired the election commission.
Yeah. So wait, listen, let's clear that up real quick. One more thing I want to talk about. I want to remind people, when people go, how come Biden didn't release the Epstein files? Well, here's why. Because Ghislaine Maxwell was currently under indictment and she was actually at trial. And it's illegal. You can't. So next time you fucking
she was appealing.
You go, Biden could have had them released. You're a fucking idiot.
She was in an appeal.
But you're a fucking idiot. You don't even know what you're talking about. It's not how the law works. Until that case is over, until she's convicted or basically decide the jury lets her go, that fucking information is locked up. You can't have it.
By the judge.
Right, because it would actually influence the jury.
Not
so
by Biden,
you're an idiot and don't know how the system works. Say it again. People forget, if there's all these victims, how come they're not saying anything? Well, people forget that JP Morgan Chase and Deutsche Bank settled for $275 million and $75 million to 1,000 of these victims.
And if you think they did not sign an NDA to accept
no one's giving you $1 million check where you don't sign this so you don't say anything.
These people are kings of NDAs. He made all those election deniers that came to the White House today in advance of his speech. They all had to sign NDAs. I mean, that's what these uber rich, powerful people do. It's what I almost said Kanye, but it's P. Diddy. It's what Diddy did. Everybody had to sign an NDA.
We are at a place now, and I've started to see it on the protests. I've started to see some right-wing guy got his ass beat by a bunch of people at a protest, and that's how it starts. And it's starting to happen. These little skirmishes are breaking out, and it's not. This is a weird time because it's not like during Civil War where they were fighting over slavery, which is their economic viability. Like these people had slaves, so they made a lot of money, and they were getting that taken away. And as wrong as it is, they're human beings they were abusing. I don't know what these people are holding on to. Like, I don't know what the people that back Trump are holding on to. He fucks up everything, including the refunding people. The guy can't make a carnival work. And as I said before, carnies make that shit work every week, and he couldn't make it work. He's fucked the economy up. Oil prices are through the roof. He started a war that he said he would never start. He's actually, Gaza's leveled. He's continuing to back Israel, who's basically really like Israel's being everything it says it fought against it, and it was done to them.
We still have the Venezuelan president.
We still have the Venezuelan president and his wife.
Even though the regime is still running that country.
And the people that are running Iran, we took out their head of Iran, and now we got a younger guy there who's even more radical.
Doing the same shit.
But my point is, what are these people holding on to?
I don't know. Being right, not wanting to admit they're wrong.
They hate brown people that much.
Racism, yeah.
Racism, and it's like because had you
anti-abortion.
Just so you guys know, you people that continue to bitch about immigrants bring $7 trillion to the economy every decade, and $1 trillion in taxes. That's $800 billion a year.
They bring,
and
what
they don't get
$55 million into Social Security every year that they don't get,
and they don't get Social Security. Yeah. So when you're sitting there bitching that your life isn't working because of someone from another country who immigrated here, who walked across the border with a fucking Trader Joe's bag and hope. And you were born here. For some reason, you didn't go to college. For some reason, you didn't go to trade school. For some reason, you let your mom lived off her Social Security in her basement, and then she died. Now you're fucking lost. And you're now, instead of looking in the fucking mirror and blaming yourself for not getting a degree, for not going to trade school, for not busting your ass, now you're blaming a bunch of immigrants who all they do is bust their ass. We are going to have a problem picking fruit this year and picking stuff in the California Valley because they've deported so many people. And guess what? White people can't do it. They tried to hire white people. They can't do it. So you need to get a mirror, because it's not immigrants that are fucking your life up. It's you. You're fucking your life up by not doing what you're supposed to do. I will gladly take a man who came across this border, signed up, got in line, signed for his papers, is busting his ass because it's 5 years now to become a citizen, you said?
The waiting list is backed
5 years.
up.
The wait just to start is 5 years.
For people that are actually going through the proper channels.
So in those 5 years, that guy's paying taxes and he's not getting benefits. No. So
Medicare,
so when you guys continue to bitch, when you fucking maggots continue to bitch about some immigrant who's driving a 50-year-old truck with a fucking old lawnmower trying to make a living to feed his family, and that's the problem, and that's why you can't get a job. You're white, you live in America, and you had every fucking opportunity you can, and you still can't make it? Bitch, that's on you. That's how that goes. Fuck.
And I believe that you just found the problem, is that it's easier to blame someone else, especially lesser in your mind, than actually acknowledging that you suck and you're lazy and you didn't do what you should have done.
Just because by the way, because the key, as they say in recovery, acknowledge the problem.
The first step, guys.
Acknowledging you suck.
Acknowledge you suck. Hey, if you want to see him do some of this shit, Grand Comedy Club Escondido with his new show this Friday and Saturday. Sunday night, one show. Performing with Brea Improv.
By the way, Friday, Saturday, we're going to be performing with the young Jet Titus. So you can come see the Prodigy, and he's doing well. And then on Sunday, it's going to be Jet, the lovely Ray, and me. All three of us are going to be there.
It's a family affair.
We're like, you know what, man? It's going to be an old reference that you won't get, but we're the Partridge Family of comedy.
Was that Good Night, John?
No, that's the Waltons.
Oh.
They ended up owning Costco. Guys, see? Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Do me a favor. Go to the website. We got some really cool shirts. If you're getting sober, we've got a cool sober one. We've got the one that says woke as fuck, which is great.
I love that.
Also, a radical leftist scum, which is another good one.
Titus Nation on Instagram, Ray Bradley, Raerae. We're both posting like crazy different videos and stuff. So go check that out. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. For myself, the lovely Rachel Bradley, and the puppies. Later.
Peace out.
Woo, woo, woo.